Have you ever flipped on the TV, seen a snooker match, and just been completely baffled by what's going on? All those red balls, the different colors. What is the plan? Well, you're not alone. Today, we're going to break down this incredible game. By the end of this, I promise you'll be watching it like a pro. I mean, just look at that. That perfect triangle of reds on that huge green table. It's beautiful, right? And you can see the focus on the player's face. Snooker is so much more than just knocking balls into pockets. It's really like a high-stakes chess match, but with geometry and physics all happening on this giant 12-foot stage. Okay, I know what you're thinking. It looks really complicated. But trust me, once you get the basic idea, everything else just clicks into place. So how does it all work? How do you go from that perfect setup to winning the game? Well, let's dive right in and start with the absolute basics. All right, Section 1. What even is snooker? We're talking the table, the balls, and the whole point of the game. Get this down and you're well on your way. So what's the goal? It's actually super simple. You just have to score more points than the other person. That's it. But, and this is the big but, you have to pot the balls in a very specific order. That's the key to everything. Okay, so how many balls are we dealing with? 22. That's your magic number. You've got the one white cue ball, that's the one you hit. Then you have 15 red balls and 6 other colors. We just call those the colors. And check this out, they're not all worth the same. It's really simple though. You've got 2 groups. The reds, they're all worth 1 point each. Easy. Then you have the colors, and they climb up in value. Yellow is 2, green is 3, all the way up to the big one, the black ball, which is worth a whopping 7 points. Remember that black ball. It's super important. Okay, so how do you actually score these points? This is the most important part, the real heart of the game. It's not just a free-for-all. You can't just hit whatever you want. There's a rhythm to it, a sequence you absolutely have to follow. This is it. This is the whole game right here. Your turn always starts with one target, a red ball. You have to hit a red first. If you pot a red, you get 1 point. Awesome. But here's the cool part. That unlocks your next shot, which has to be a color. And you get to pick which one. So, do you go for the black to get the maximum 7 points? Or maybe you choose the blue because it's an easier shot and sets you up nicely for the next red. Once you pot that color, the referee picks it up, puts it back on its spot, and guess what? You're back to hunting for another red. It's a loop. Red, color. Red, color. That's the heartbeat of snooker. Now, you've probably heard the commentators talk about a break. What's that? Well, a break is just all the points a player scores in one single turn at the table. It's their scoring run. So if they say a player made a break of 72, it means they racked up 72 points before they missed. A really big break, that means a player is absolutely dominating. All right, every game has rules, and that means you can break them. Let's talk about fouls and penalties, the rules of the road. Fouls are a huge deal in snooker. You're not just trying to avoid them yourself. Sometimes the best players will try to trick their opponents into making a mistake. So what are some of the most common no-nos? Well, potting the white ball is a big one. Oops. Or let's say you're supposed to hit a red, but you accidentally hit the blue first. That's a foul. Even just failing to hit any ball is a foul. And yeah, you can't touch any of the balls with your hands or even your shirt sleeve. Keep your distance. And making a foul is a double whammy. First, your turn is over. Instantly, you have to sit down. Second, your opponent gets free points. They're awarded at least 4 penalty points, and it can be even more if a more valuable ball like the pink or black was involved in the foul. So yeah, you really, really want to avoid them. Okay, so the game's been going on for a while. Players are potting reds and colors, and the table is starting to look a little empty. So how does it all end? This is where things get really intense. Welcome to the endgame. This is the grand finale. As soon as that last red ball is gone, the main game is over and the rules change completely. That whole red color thing, forget it. Now you have to pot the 6 colors in a specific order, starting with the lowest value and going up. Yellow, then green, then brown, blue, pink, and finally the black. And here's the kicker. This time, when they go in a pocket, they stay in. There's no coming back. The pressure is immense. So once that final black ball goes down, that's it. Game over. We call a single game of snooker a frame, so the player with the most points wins the frame. Think of it like one set in tennis. A professional match is usually made up of lots of frames, like a best of 19 frames match or something like that. And you can just feel the tension, can't you? When it gets down to these last few balls and the scores are super close, every single shot feels like it's worth $1 million. One tiny mistake, one little twitch, and you could lose the whole frame. This is really where you see who has those nerves of steel. So there you have it. That's the basics of snooker. It's not so complicated, right? So the next time you're watching a match, here's your mission. Listen for that rhythm. Red, color, red, color. Watch which color the player chooses and try to figure out why. Was it for the points or for the position? Now you've got the tools. You can see the strategy behind the shots. And trust me, you're going to appreciate this beautiful game on a whole new level.